Hi, and a very warm welcome. My name's Ian Mack. In this session, we're going to take a look at the world famous ballet Romeo and Juliet. Now, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times that if one understands Shakespeare's stories, then one is very prepared for lots of other art genres. And this is absolutely a case in point. And I have already narrated Romeo and Juliet as a Shakespeare play elsewhere in my channel here. However, let's see how it translates into a ballet. So if you're ready, let's go. The ballet Romeo and Juliet was composed in the 20th century by Prokofiev around the years 1935-1936, and it premiered in 1938 but was again revised in 1946, just after World War II. The ballet itself is performed in 3 acts. It's of course based on William Shakespeare's tragedy Romeo and Juliet as a play, and it's really considered Prokofiev's most enduring ballet and remains one of the most moving tales and love and fate ever staged. And as a ballet, it's simply beautiful. So let us remind ourselves of the general story of the ballet. In Verona, there are 2 noble houses, the Montagues and the Capulets, and both houses are bitter enemies. Romeo is a Montague and Juliet is a Capulet, and they meet by chance and they fall in love. With the help of Friar Lawrence, they secretly marry, hoping to unite both their families. But tragedy strikes. Romeo kills Juliet's cousin Tybalt in a duel and is banished. Juliet is forced into an arranged marriage and takes a potion to appear dead. Romeo, not knowing the truth, believes she is gone forever. In despair, he drinks poison at her side, and when Juliet awakens and finds him dead, she takes her own life. Their deaths finally reconcile the feuding families. However, of course, the ending is a tragedy. There are 4 main characters that one should take note of. First of all, of course, we've got Romeo himself, a young Montague, passionate, impulsive, and deeply romantic. His hot-blooded nature leads directly to the tragedy. Then, of course, Juliet, a young Capulet, sweet and innocent, but also strong-willed. Tybalt, Juliet's fiery cousin, aggressive and quick-tempered. His duel with Romeo sets the tragic chain of events in motion. And finally, Mercutio, Romeo's witty and loyal friend. His death at Tybalt's hands pushes Romeo into taking deadly revenge. The additional characters in this ballet that I would take note of are Friar Lawrence. He's a wise and kind priest who secretly marries Romeo and Juliet, hoping to end the family feud. His well-meant plan with the potion leads to an unintended tragedy, of course. Then we have Paris, a wealthy nobleman favoured by the Capulets. He seeks to marry Juliet, unaware of her secret bond with Romeo. We've got the parents to consider, Lord and Lady Capulet, Juliet's strict and controlling parents. They demand she marry Paris, ignoring her love for Romeo. And the other set of parents, Lord and Lady Montague, Romeo's parents, dignified and concerned for their son, but powerless against the feud's consequences. This, of course, is a ballet in 3 acts. In Act 1, Love in the Midst of Feud, the ballet opens with street fights between the Montagues and the Capulets, full of dramatic dance of the night's music. At a masked ball in the Capulets' home, Romeo sneaks in and sees Juliet for the first time. Their love is instant and undeniable. Despite the danger, They share a secret, tender pas de deux that seals their fate. The act ends with their powerful declaration of love, even as their family's hatred looms over them. In Act 2, passion and tragedy unfold. Romeo and Juliet secretly marriage with Friar Lawrence's blessing. Soon after, Tybalt provokes Romeo's friend Mercutio into a duel. Mercutio sadly is killed, and in a rage, Romeo kills Tybalt. This act of revenge changes absolutely everything. Romeo is now banished from Verona. Before he leaves, he and Juliet share a desperate farewell in the famous bedroom pas de deux. It's full of longing, it's full of sorrow. Act 3 then is one of death and reconciliation, because Juliet's parents demand that she marries Paris. To escape, Friar Lawrence gives her a potion to make her appear dead. Believing Juliet truly gone, Romeo returns to Verona. In the crypt, he mourns over her still body and he drinks poison. Juliet awakens, finds Romeo lifeless, and overcome with grief, takes her own life with his dagger. The ballet ends not in triumph, but in haunting silence, with the reconciliation of the Montagues and the Capulets brought at the price of their children's love. So a few interesting footnotes. First of all, the original plan was that Prokofiev first suggested giving the story a happy ending, with Romeo rescuing Juliet, but this idea was abandoned after much criticism, we could say sadly. Second thing is that the Dance of the Knights, one of the most iconic pieces in this ballet, also known as Montagues and Capulets, it's become famous way beyond the ballet itself. It's been used in films, it's been used in TV, it's even been used in pop music. And of course, Romeo and Juliet has a global legacy. Today, it's one of the most performed and beloved narrative ballets in the world, sitting alongside Swan Lake and Giselle. So there you have it. Romeo and Juliet, one of the world's most famous classical ballets. A beautiful narrative. It's a tragedy. It's got fantastic dances. It's got to be seen. So do book yourself in at a theatre when it becomes available. My name's Ian Mack, and until the next ballet, take it easy and remember, time is knowledge.